What's your brother? You know, now 20. It's over 30. To one year water. When you also watch 40, 45. Most of we are frustrated. It's after workers, oh, Ghana, and yet. Sikaba was some no history. And now doing so certificate in you might be more. The view. You will be to our cano. The boy who you share how far. You did a different category.
But then say from 20 to 40. Also show hosopa. Now you don't live extravagantly. Maybe from 20 to 30, 30 to 40, that to 20 years. So all start here human term, we are in your 20s. That is the time to build the base. It means that one of the ways is that you don't have to live beyond what you have. And you don't have to live to impress anybody. So what so if you really want to build significant wealth. It could mean say baby out also about 10 years, even though you have millions. It could mean say car so long as it's safe to drive, you may have to maintain that. It could be say manage school fees, also monitor, because that is the time you are accumulating the base.
Africa must rethink governance.
Countries who were colonized, they say, generation now, woman fast training, we more money acquisition contact, or my general, let me create significant wealth. What they buy, a major part of the modeling was to create poverty. And to say, which will be our co school, audience, money information be, send into our go school. They say, do what we invest in the audience, who in BBA. Really? They can't create wealth.
We still are wedded to boundaries which were designed for us by the European colonial powers. John Henry Clark makes a statement which he quotes, say that when African countries started regaining independence, all of them inherited systems that were bequeathed by the colonizer. And he says, none of them will ever succeed on the basis of those systems.
The wealth conversation is not part of the HL University. So the modeling is true. And I brought for that very top 1%. The way they think about wealth and the world is entirely different from the rest of the people.
A whole professional doctor, when he enters the church, he puts his brains at the door. And I passed the comment once and I almost got killed that Muslims leave their shoes at the door. Christians leave their brains when they enter. Yeah, Muslims leave their shoes. Christians leave their brains at the door. Because once you enter a church, you're not allowed to
you can't think anymore.
You can't question. You can't question anything.
And once your confidence in our training in school, no, the best amongst us, information be just invest. But I can say, practically, since I invest education, you can't create the wealth that we are looking. You can't. The best group our create our wealth now is interaction with that model, with that system. And the proof is there.
And we must look at Africa to see we are collapsing because there are systems that we don't understand, sometimes don't even appreciate. Is there a system that we can use so that Africa is built from the village and we are conscious of the bigger picture? We have the macro and the micro. Until the day we have that conversation, we are going nowhere. And I conclude.
Oh, system, this our government system. Was our government system only Bruni or the Bemano? It's a colonial structure. And to obey, don't follow that. And until the uncle for be brave, no man follows our structure.
Maybe it is a despite him. So when you're training is been in a dinkoma. Some penny for no man create word na and your school and your buying your politics. No more dinkoma, some information. That's why they see billions without our infrastructure. And so their model is different. Direct contact in the in the area school, we are very much oblivious, if you want, to this. You always say about bringing this onions and all the critics are waiting never to book my boy. One man home farm.
I don't near their true book amount.
And two kind of own baby alpha, but really it's there. And I can tell you, I'm fear more no 2 for many idea. You can see. And no maybe homo ya. Let me tell you, one of it is that they will never keep all their money in a bank. And that's a one account or bank be. Until I buy the buffalo and you see Kenya. But the ordinary person can't use for physical United. I go for to be in Pewasam or China boss and all locking in. Yes, yeah, no. So who's any sick 1 million banker, bear 99% at the baby full.
And now it's a diamond size.
They know. It is even company formation, how they run their organizations. And yet the actually will know. Nti bo so mu ye die no de wo ho saa.
Afibo.
No more be secretary.
Afibo.
If I have 100,000 Ghana, yes. Now what share me? So kwame so medical mako na shema pe visa. Ane. E da mako tinaga. Ane. Advance be na do. Ako. Obe me ana. Da biko. Me ntufu da. Ade. Obe discard. Me ama hunya say 100,000. Ane. Ye mfa nkwaje visa ntu kwa. Anti je say uko me ntufu. Ozumeka say ko ni nyamenko. Nyamenka ho. Me ntufu. Obi o ina je so okwa average ntufu. Say utimi abomode anya 100,000. Ade kura wo ye ya odi nya 100,000. So the size kan say ahemu a. Obenya moho. Enfie du ni e kasika fo krom here na ire aka ho this also the bakwa ye ntu fo kra me ni ho time kra because ngofo bebre pede ye kire no enya wa obeje chinye.
So if I tell you that you are a sinner, you must accept it. If I tell you that God is love and he sends Israelites to go and kill Philistines and Palestinians to give them their land, God is right. But you as an African, you're not allowed to go and kill the poor, kill the farmer to get your own land.
Your own land, yeah.
Evil. If a man claps on one cheek, give him the other cheek. But no. It must always be the white man clapping the black man. Because apparently if the white man claps in one cheek, give him the other. When will the black man also give the white man a clap and the white man must give him the other cheek? No. It can't happen like that because the white man looks like Jesus. So if you are fighting the white man, you are fighting the... So psychologically, we've actually been trapped into what I might want to call the classification of our salvation within the political colonial framework. That makes us docile to challenge the very system that oppresses us.
British, the entire Britain for pushy as some percent. Because at that time, if you estimate it in current value, the worth of gold is over 2 billion. So they were chasing a very wealthy nation. That information, almost critics are worth in a way. Were we taught in school? No. And then none as almost 1%, no. FI or more a handful, no, a brofono, a handful, or more in Govana, or more owning all these corporations. Families hold worth over 200 years. Only 90% of these global institutions. I'm talking of owners, not the people in charge or managing. I'm talking of owners. We don't even categorize them. Into more word billionaire because they run in trillions. Family wealth is no more in individuals' names. The kind of knowledge and models that they have. School. So it's not in MBA. Yeah. Very few are in their 20s or 30s. It is all your dreams. Flash na. Wono sa sika kese no won hubi da. And won hubi a menka say utinenye usika ba wonsem na wo hye no. One of the key ways is also show so papa. Now we are intentional. So I'm not going to waste money. I'm not going to waste money. Especially no amuti abrochire kura no. Fie miensa bia pese otoka mo no. Now the boss was a son of refinance. Where is your investment? This is the time to build asset base. Say your business, say your properties. Be a water on him said these are assets. A bit more cash flow. And to win by 40 no teams and outside no man when you be.
You might did share work. Yeah, the share half. But the open so yeah, that's another level.
But yeah, no. One no do 35 or talk can see be so approve so no, you are not there.
I did about 20 years. I per se we school now 2 years.
Yeah, and to us, you want to idea. It is a one of uncle for Sica unya bill. So press would do sick and could see mansion. We was only company, only properties be hotels and hospitals. I can say only be. But sick and what gather their could see mansion, but couldn't only a party on a boys never every weekend. You will not be worthy. You war, okay, fear. Also, at least when the workers grow also obey 200 workers. If you fear now, Timuna, now if you can't out the Muna, I don't go say you. But only bakokra, but cow them be $100,000. Because what the business that business need to raise his Ghana and he says, oh, the base, you know. The Kotoka can say person children for so a day. When you until despite take us that time, that's still all build it, no rent it. So and it's all share Sasikana and can multiply, sir. That's something about Zika will be their building. Washina, you will never multiply. So because what about question like 2 no bit mark 4 in 10, 4 bit mark 8 in 10, 8 bit mark 20 fast. 20 can get to 100. If you get 100, you can get to 1 million.
And in the end, the Bobra, once you be self-development. Sikanibi Obahunibian was Suade, Yakasu Suade, and Yabukum, but to Musiade, constant a year. As a Mojamo boy, you know, they train, boxer be our day. Or training will be our timid. A performer keyboard near Dinano, Tabi Omoyade. No, dear, also training what? Ultimate Fassa, Nora, Adriano, Nano, Adriana, Mona Hiano, Ultimate Fassa, Adrian, Adriana del Tima Mouth, Usika Unibino. saa adwene ntimi ma sika nyɛ dɛn ɛmma kɔpɛ nimdeɛ foforɔ